After tomorrow night's SmackDown, NXT Stand and Deliver will kick off the in-ring action of WrestleMania weekend. The event has become NXT's offering over what has become the biggest weekend in professional wrestling. Last year's event saw Tony D'Angelo send off Tommaso Ciampa from NXT. Cameron Grimes won the North American Championship, while Mandy Rose defended her women's title against 3 challengers. This year's card is also stacked with every title in NXT on the line. Control of Chase University is also up for grabs in an 8-person tag team match. Johnny Gargano will return to the brand in an unsanctioned match against upstart Grayson Waller. Who will leave Los Angeles with victories in their hands? Find out now with our preview of NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver, as well as the showcase of the Immortals WrestleMania 39. Hello, friends, and welcome to this very special edition of Talking Wrestling TXN. I am your host, Anthony Florio, joined as always by good old MF Michael Fletcher and the phenom Michael Bullock. We apologize for the late start. We were running late, but nonetheless, we're ready to go. So let's not waste any more time, gentlemen. Let's start it off. NXT Stand and Deliver takes place this Saturday afternoon at a special start time of 1 p.m. Eastern time for us here on the East Coast. But for those of you out there on the West Coast, you're going to be starting this thing at 10 a.m. Wow. Okay. So that's the story there. And it'll be live from the Crypto.com arena, formerly the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. 7 matches on the card, and we're going to dive into our first matchup. 8-person mixed tag team match with control of Chase University on the line. It is the Schism, Joe Gacy, Rip Fowler, Jagger Reed, and Ava Raine making her in-ring debut. Squaring off against Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, Tyler Bate, and Thea Hale. 2 factors will determine the outcome of this match. The first is that this match will mark the in-ring debut of Ava Raine, the Rock starter. It would be hard to see her lose in her first match due to the Rock's name and standing with WWE. A second factor is Duke Hudson. After Stand and Deliver, fans will truly know his stance. He'll either valiantly battle Schism and help Chase University keep its doors open, or betray the group. A lot of people have figured that he's playing them, and that would be the easy route to take. He could turn on Andre Chase, Thea Hale, and Tyler Bate, giving control of the school to Joe Gacy and his group. This angle has reinvigorated the underrated Hudson, but Ava Raine is not losing her first match. So I got to say Schism wins this match, and Schism will gain control of Chase University. Not much left for me to say here, so good old MF Michael Fletcher, come on in. Schism versus Chase U and Tyler Bate, 8-person mixed tag team match, control of Chase U on the line.
Yeah, and I totally agree with what you just said, and I felt the same way too. I honestly believe that it will be Schism winning it all. Not because of the Ava Raine thing. I don't think it's going to be because of that factor, but I do believe when it's all said and done that they will be the last team standing and that they will win this war. So yeah, to me, honestly, I also thought the same thing going into this, that I even also believed that Schism was going to win it. So I'm going to say Schism. Bullock, it's yours.
Bullock, are you there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with everybody. I gotta go with Schism as well. I mean, and it's not just that, but I mean, Ava Raine. I mean, the Rock's daughter. I mean, do you really think she's gonna lose her first match? I don't see it happening. And plus, I also think the wild card, I think, is gonna be Duke Hudson. I think he's gonna turn on Chase U, and basically that's what's going to be the deciding factor. So there's really nothing more for me to say except let's move on to the next match.
All right, and the next match on the fight card, it is the battle for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. The champions, Fallon Henley and Kiana James, squaring off against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. MF, who you got?
I got to go new champions. Look, to be real honest with you, with everything that's been going on, with everything that, especially with Fallon Henley and Kiana James, they cannot be on the same page. They've been infighting since even when they won the titles. They've been infighting the whole time through. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, dude, they are more united. They are more on the same page. And I've never ever seen a team like this. I mean, if there ever was a team that would be more deserving of being the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, this is it. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, unprecedented crowning. History will be made at Staples on Saturday afternoon. We will crown brand new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, I think we're going to have new tag team champions. I'm also going with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. And a lot of people were wondering how this team was going to gel when they first got together. And, I mean, because remember, they did have a little bit of a rivalry, but somehow they managed to work things out. And, yeah, when it comes to Kiana James and Fallon Henley, yeah, there was already some friction even when they became the champs. And I think that this is where it's going to end. And also, I also think Kiana's going to turn on Fallon. And then I think the truth is going to come out. So there's really nothing more to say. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire become the new tag team champions. It's yours, Florio.
Henley and James tag team title win was unexpected, given both stars' relative newness to the NXT stage. Despite that, the titles have been folded into the ongoing drama between Henley, James, and Brooks Jensen. Kiana James might not indeed be into her relationship with Brooks Jensen. Fallon Henley and Josh Briggs found a card with the name "From Sebastian" on it in the flowers in Kiana James' office. While this drama has played out, Fire and Dawn have taken advantage of it. Alba Fire has been one of NXT's MVPs despite not winning a championship outside of NXT UK. That will change after Stand and Deliver when the champions can't stay on the same page. Make it unanimous. Winners and new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. All right. And it's only fitting that Mr. NXT Michael Bullock will be leading off on this match, because next up, it's the unsanctioned match. Mr. NXT himself, Johnny Gargano, squaring off against Grayson Waller. Unsanctioned match. Michael Bullock, only fitting you started off because you are Mr. NXT just as much as Johnny Gargano is.
Yeah, and this is definitely going to be... I think this is going to be the fight of the night as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you got an unsanctioned match between two guys who literally can't stand each other. You know it's going to be something good. I mean, this is something Johnny Gargano has been wanting for over a year, because he still has that image of Grayson Waller with that steel chair and then basically putting him out of commission. And Johnny didn't get to go out on his own terms. Obviously, Grayson Waller used this to have him go sky high. And yeah, I think this is going to be a really good match. And I think this is where Johnny Gargano finally gets his closure. I think he finally gets his payback. I'm going with Johnny Wrestling. You can never bet against Johnny Wrestling, especially when it's an NXT takeover or event like this. So nothing more to say. Johnny Wrestling wins. It's yours, Florio.
Instead of battling WWE two-time WWE Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels, Johnny Gargano returned to deal with Grayson Waller. The latter sent Gargano packing from NXT over a year ago. It was done so that Johnny Wrestling could take time off for his first child, as well as think about his next move. In that time, Waller has become one of the top stars of NXT. He hasn't won a title yet, but his mouth gets him further than a title could. Johnny Gargano is among the most selfless wrestlers, so he'll likely put over the brash young upstart. Where Waller goes after Stand and Deliver will be the interesting part of the aftermath. I mean, I would not be surprised if Gargano wins, but I don't know why. I just got this feeling about Grayson Waller right now. But if Gargano wins, then I'll be wrong. If I'm wrong, and I'm wrong. So it's okay. So I'm going to take a chance and go with Waller. But if Gargano wins, no surprise. So, MF, who do you agree with?
I'm going Grayson Waller. And the thing is that Waller right now is one of those guys that needs to win where Gargano doesn't need it. We all know Johnny's going to go back to the main roster. As a matter of fact, I heard a rumor not too long ago. Something might happen after WrestleMania that if this actually happens, oh, WWE, you are about to embark. I'm going to say this real honestly. We might have new contenders for the tag team division. Because the rumor I'm hearing is that they might reunite DIY. And if that happens, oh my God. Gargano and Ciampa reuniting under the WWE banner? Uncle Trips, please do not pull my leg on this. I hope this is actually going to happen. If you do this, Hunter, oh man. I mean, does anybody remember what they did in NXT with DIY? I think we all remember how great they were. If they do Gargano and Ciampa and reunite them and do that, oh my God. And for Grayson Waller, a win like this could actually propel him to become maybe a future title contender. Now, barring if anything goes one way or the other, no doubt. But at the end of the day, I got to say it like this. This will be an incredible, incredible situation more than anything else. So, I got to go with you, Anthony Florio. I'm going to say Grayson Waller wins it all because I kind of feel like they want to make Waller big. If Gargano wins the match, it hurts Waller. It doesn't do any service. If Waller gets over, you get over Mr. NXT. You put yourself in the line that, hey, I could fight for the title now. I could be a big player. I could be a mega star. There's a number of factors that it can go. Where if Gargano wins, yes, Gargano wins. But he's already been established on the main roster. Unless they want to put him back down at NXT level to keep him down there, that's the only thing I can think of. But other than that, with the rumor of them possibly doing DIY in the main roster, I don't think there is no other necessary way that this goes. Honestly, truthfully. So, nothing more to say. Florio, it's yours.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Is it that time?
Ow! I just lone wolfed it.
Night made.
It's WrestleMania season, baby.
Exactly right. So with that, let's move on to the Wes Lee North American Championship Open Challenge Fatal 5-Way for the North American Championship. The champion Wes Lee defending the title against Axiom, Ilya Dragunov, JD McDonough, and making his NXT in-ring debut, Dragon Lee. This is the toughest match to predict on this card. Any of the participants would make sense as a winner. JD McDonough has been putting out great matches, and Ilya Dragunov is a former NXT UK champion. Wes Lee is the reigning champion, and Dragon Lee is a massive free agent, one of the first of the new Triple H era. Axiom won the match's final spot after winning a 20-man battle royale this past Tuesday night on NXT. Wes Lee has held the title for over 100 days, and the landscape of NXT is slowly changing. It could change even more after WrestleMania weekend. To prove that he is a big deal, I think Dragon Lee could win the title in his debut match. So I'm going to take a chance here and say winner and new North American champion, Dragon Lee. So not much more to say about it. MF, when it comes to, yes, the unsanctioned match, you can make an argument that could steal the dang show, but if there was another match that could steal the dang show on this card,
is it. This is it. No doubt about it. I disagree. I got to go with Wes Lee. And here's the thing. Dragon Lee is too new. Now, yes, if he wins it, great. But I could see Ilya Dragunov win it all. I could see JD McDonough win it all. There's even a legit chance that Axiom could win it all. So this is the hardest fight to pick out of all the matches because you got 5 legitimate guys who could walk away with this belt. I would think right now, truthfully, honestly, I would like Wes Lee to win it. I think Dragon Lee could be a great challenger for Wes Lee, and their matches would be bangers. JD McDonough, his matches would be bangers. To me, honestly, there's no other guy and no other situation where I truly believe that the title can go a number of different ways. To me, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm following my heart over my head. Because, Anthony, you make a valid point. Dragon Lee would be a great champion. And like you said, he is the highest ranking guy, the biggest name going in there. But I feel like right now, you don't break what that doesn't need to be fixed. Wes Lee has been a great North American champion. And right now, I don't see him making a leap up or anything like that. And I don't want him to lose the momentum because I think he would lose momentum if he loses this fight. Right now, it can go a number of ways. But I think in order to do it, give him the shot. Give him the belt. To me, the winner and still the North American champion, Wes Lee. Michael Bullock, there's 5 great guys in this one. Anyone could win this. Who you got?
Man, this is tough. Like you said, 5 guys. They're all worthy of being the North American champion. But with the way Wes Lee, he's turned back every single opponent right now. I just don't see him losing. Would it surprise me if any of the others win it? No, it wouldn't be. But I'm going to take a shot. I'm going with Wes Lee to retain, so it's your floor.
All right. So with that, we move on to our next match. Triple threat match for the NXT Tag Team Championship. The champions, Gallus, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang, defending the titles against Brutus and Julius, the Creed brothers, and Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. We could have had a 4th team in this match in the form of Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen, but they lost to D'Angelo and Stacks this past Tuesday night on NXT. Had Briggs and Jensen won, it would have been a fatal 4-way, but it remains a triple threat. So MF, Gallus, the Creeds, and Stacks and Lorenzo, and Stacks and Tony D. Who you got?
Sorry, Creeds, you're out. I don't see Stacks and I don't see Tony D and Stacks winning it either. To me, there's only one logical team right now. They won the titles not too long ago. They earned those titles. You're not taking it away from them that quickly, that fast. Winners and still the tag team champions. It's Gallus. It's Mark Coffey. It's Wolfgang. They're gonna rise up, and especially with an event like this, the Euros are out there, and ICW will be represented. Gallus wins it. They keep the belts. Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta go with Gallus as well. I mean, they just won the titles. It doesn't make sense to take it off of them. I mean, as much as I want to see the Creeds and especially uh, Tony D'Angelo and Stax win it, Gallus needs to hold on to those titles. So Gallus wins. It's yours, Florio.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it unanimous. Just waiting for this to load up. All right. This match randomly came about at the Gallus bar after the Creeds and the D'Angelo family said they wanted a title shot. They all drank, played pool, and agreed to a triple threat match for Stand and Deliver. The Creeds have already won the titles and are regularly featured atop NXT. Tony D'Angelo has delivered in every spot he has been given. Despite those factors, it wouldn't be right to have another quick turnaround after Gallus took the belts from the New Day. The Creeds will win the tag titles again one day, and maybe later this year. It would be a mistake to give them another run at the expense of Gallus. So, making it unanimous winners and still the NXT Tag Team Champions, Gallus. Next up, 6-woman ladder match for the NXT Women's Championship. The champion, Roxanne Perez, to defend against, in no particular order, Lyra Valkyria, Zoe Stark, Gigi Dolan, Tiffany Stratton, and Indy Hartwell. Michael Bullock, front and center. Who's walking out the NXT Women's Champion after this six-woman ladder match?
Well, I made my point last night, and so did Fletch. But I'm going to reiterate it again. I think Roxanne Perez is walking out still the champion. I mean, yes, all the other competitors will definitely give her some fits, but after what developed last night, Roxanne Perez is walking out still the champion. So it's yours, Florio.
Roxanne Perez should walk in and out of Los Angeles as the NXT Women's Champion. She ended Mandy Rose's historic reign last December and is one of the more wholesome performers of the brand. She deserves a lengthy reign. It's too soon for Tiffany Stratton to win a title. She's been wrestling for less than a year. She is a future champ, but that future shouldn't begin at Stand and Deliver. Gigi Dolan could win or advance to the main roster without winning singles gold. The only other person who would make logical sense to win other than Perez is Zoe Stark. When she debuted, she was already one of the sharpest women in NXT. Unless she gets promoted, which is a possibility, she has the second highest chance of winning. Still, there are more feuds for Roxanne Perez as champion. So the winner, and still the NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez. MF, make it unanimous.
Yeah, I alluded to it last night. I alluded to it again. The minute that Roxanne got added to this fight, that was the opening that made us say, that's it. There's no more arguments. We know who's going to win the belt. If it wasn't for that, maybe we would be thinking something a little more different. But honestly, truthfully, Roxanne is the true champion. She's the most deserving champion. And I think to us all, we all believe that Roxanne not only deserves the moment, but actually will indeed rise to the occasion one more time. So for me, the winner and still the NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez. So Florio's yours.
Gentlemen, it's main event time. The battle for the NXT Championship, the champion, Braun Breaker, defending against Carmelo Hayes. Anyone who loses at Stand and Deliver could show up on Raw or SmackDown after the busy weekend. Breaker has had a long run with the belt, almost a year, and has already made a few appearances on Raw in front of main roster fans. Heck, he won the title on Raw the night after WrestleMania, defeating Dolph Ziggler last year, and he's been champion since. It'll be almost a year. A portion of the fan base, however, has started to turn on the current champion due to his top babyface booking. Despite usually winning with help from Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes seems to have more goodwill with the audience. Either star could walk out with the title, but NXT needs to move forward. Breaker can drop the title and either move up to the main roster or face Hayes at the next event. It's time for a new face atop the brand. Winner and new NXT champion, Carmelo Hayes. MF, nobody is more high on Carmelo Hayes than you are. I already know where you're going, but make the argument.
I've said it since almost the very beginning that this man is going to be the star of NXT. That this guy was going to be able to take NXT to the whole new level, to take him to a stratosphere that not many has been able to do. And I meant it, I believed it, and it's going to happen. To me, there's only one guy that could do this and do it very well, with all the confidence, with everything that's been riding in the game, and there's nothing that I felt that would be anything better than this. The A champ is gonna be the champ. He is gonna be the star of stars and is going to rise higher than any other guy in this company. To me, there's only one way this goes out. Winner and new NXT champion, the A champ, Carmelo Hayes. He's winning it all. So, Bullock, it's yours.
I'm making it unanimous as well. I'm making it unanimous. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, this man's been hyped. It's time for him to make the leap. Winner and new NXT champion, Carmelo Hayes. So there's really nothing more to say except, Florio, I think it's time to get into WrestleMania Saturday. And now we know the matches that are going to be on WrestleMania Saturday, thanks to the announcement on First Take this morning.
All right, so let's set it up. There's nothing quite like WrestleMania. What was formerly the biggest night of the year for wrestling has been transformed in recent years into a two-night spectacular, a la New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom. The first night of WrestleMania 39 goes down this Saturday night from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Night one of WrestleMania 39 is currently set to feature 7 matches, ranging from a clash between father and son to a social media superstar battling one of the best wrestlers of his generation, to a long-awaited showdown for the undisputed tag team championships. There's something for wrestling fans of all tastes on the card, including John Cena's return to the ring as he takes on Austin Theory for the United States Heavyweight Championship. So with that, gentlemen, let's dive right on in. So I was going to go from... I know the Theory and Cena match is technically the opener, but I'm going to go from bottom to top based on from bottom to top order. So with that, we're going to start it off with the men's WrestleMania Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Showcase match. We got 2 teams from SmackDown, 2 teams from Raw. We got Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, versus the Alpha Academy, Chad Gable and Otis, and versus the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar, with the Viking wife, Valhalla, in their corner. We're going to start it from the top. These teams are in a weird predicament. They've all been presented relatively well on television, perhaps with the exception of Alpha Academy, but are generally used as fodder for the top stars. Street Profits are the most established of the WWE teams, but it still feels like a temporary split is on the horizon. Strowman and Ricochet have stumbled upon something interesting with their time-tested big man, small man dynamic. They've had consistently strong showings on SmackDown. Ricochet is a phenomenal talent between the ropes, and Strowman is too physically imposing to suffer frequent losses. So I'm going to take a chance here, and I'm going to go with Braun Strowman and Ricochet to win this men's WrestleMania Showcase match. So with that, MF, WrestleMania men's Showcase match, who you got?
This one is actually a little more tough to call. I don't really have a clear-cut favorite here. Yes, Strowman and Ricochet definitely would be, but I gotta go with the team that I believe deserves it more than anybody else, and that's the Profits. I don't know why. I just feel like, and it's weird. Flair just picked a SmackDown team. I'm going with a team from Monday Night Raw, for heaven's sakes. That's how crazy this thing is. At the end, I gotta say it's the Profits, man. They've been the most. If you're talking about big time, big moment, whatever, this is it. To me, the winners is the Street Profits. I gotta say, Profits wins the WrestleMania showcase. So, um, Bullock, it's yours.
Well, this is a tough one, but
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna go with Florio here. I'm actually gonna go with Braun Strowman and Ricochet. I mean, would it surprise me if the Street Profits won it? I wouldn't be surprised, but there's just something about Strowman and Ricochet that I like. I mean, so that's what I'm gonna go with Strowman and Ricochet. So let's move on, Florio.
All right, and MF will be leading off on the next match, and it's a big one. Father versus son. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. It's only the second time in WrestleMania history that we are getting a father versus son match. The other, of course, the infamous street fight at WrestleMania 17 in the Astrodome when Vinnie Mac and Shane O'Mac, Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon, battled it out. And we all know how wild and crazy and unpredictable that turned out. But nonetheless, MF, we've gone on the record. You know, the Vince and Shane thing 21 years, 22 years ago, that was personal. But this father-son feud, way more personal than Vinnie Mac and Shane O'Mac.
Yeah, it's a blood feud. And the thing is that Dom has really been poking that bear for the longest time. And I think this time he's gone too far. And I think it's going to cost them at the grandest stage of them all. Um, I don't think, I know going into this, I think we all were thinking Dom was going to win this. But the more I think about it, the more that he's been provoked, the more that he's been pushed and this and that, the more I'm starting to feel that it's going to be Ray winning. So at the end of the day, I gotta go with Rey Mysterio to beat Dom. And, if it was any other time, maybe I would say Dom, but Dom's been pushing so hard and everything else that there has to be an end where Dom gets his comeuppance. And I kind of feel like this is not going to be the end of it. I feel like there's going to be more to this because there hasn't been a thing about a career ending. So I kind of feel like Ray versus Dom is not over. So I think this is the first battle, but I feel like Ray's going to get the win because Dom's done so much that, from calling him a deadbeat to calling his mom a deadbeat to, basically throwing the name of the Mysterio name under, and then on top of that, saying that he should have been Eddie Guerrero's son, not Ray's son.
That's
It
where it
gets
really got personal, Fletch. That's where it really got personal when he said that.
well. What I was gonna say was that at that point, that's the point of no return. To me, Ray has to win this fight. You cannot allow Dom to win that match now with everything that he has said. So, for me, the winner of the bout is Rey Mysterio. That's what I feel. So, Anthony is Michael Bullock. It's yours.
I'll tell you what, guys. I mean, this has been so personal. I mean, I've seen a lot of matches that have been built be very personal. This takes it to another level. I mean, they're making this whole thing leading up to Shane versus Vince from WrestleMania 17 look like nothing. And there's only a certain limit you can go to literally, as you would say, poke the bear. And Dom has taken this whole thing way too far, basically calling his dad a deadbeat dad, his mom a deadbeat mom, and calling his own little sister stupid. But the things that really pushed Ray was not only with saying that he wished that he was Eddie's son, but the one thing that made Ray finally snap was when Dom told his own mom to shut up. Not just say it, but literally yell it to her. And that is when Ray finally snapped and gave him the match. So there's the old saying, and always keep your words soft and sweet, because you might have to eat those words later. And Dom may have to eat those words that he said. I mean, there's everybody around, not just the WWE Universe here in the U.S., but everywhere around the world that want to see Dominic get the shit beat out of him by his own dad. And I think that's going to happen. And another thing that really made it, and I don't know if you guys saw this on Instagram today, but Dominic vandalized the WrestleMania Superstore, basically spray painting the picture of Ray, destroying titles that he had, even destroying shirts that had the name Rey Mysterio. I mean, that's how far Dominic has taken this. So, with that being said, Rey Mysterio wins, and Dominic's going to get his comeuppance. But this rivalry will continue. We just don't know how it's going to go. So, Florio, I mean, Vince and Shane from WrestleMania 17 was personal. Hell, I'll even go as far as to say, and you know this personally, Florio, with Bret Hart and Owen Hart, that was damn personal, but nothing can compare to what we're seeing right now.
Oh, no. It was so satisfying to see Ray finally clock his bratty punk kid, and WrestleMania should offer more of the same. Like MF said, we were initially inclined to give the younger Mysterio the rub, especially considering that the Masked Man's career is winding down. Looking back on the feud, Dominic has gotten the better of his father so many times, and it just doesn't feel right to have Ray lose after all of that. And especially with Ray going in headlining the Hall of Fame. Dominic is still very young and has grown leaps and bounds in his new role. A loss to his father, arguably the greatest luchador in history, won't undo his progress. So I 100% agree with you guys. I got Rey Mysterio winning as well. But don't be surprised if somehow Dom finds a way to win this thing. So not much left for me to say here. Let's move on to our next match. 6-woman tag team matchup. All right, we got a 6-woman tag team matchup. WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus, along with the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, fellow Hall of Famer Lita and Becky Lynch, squaring off against all 3 members of Damage Control, Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. 6-woman tag team action. I believe this goes to Bullock first. So, Michael Bullock, 6-woman tag, who you got?
You know, initially, I was going to say Becky, Trish, and Lita, but with the dirt sheet that I've been hearing about Trish turning heel and her and Becky facing off at SummerSlam, and after what we saw this past Monday night, I have to go with Damage Control here. I think Damage Control is going to win and basically, once again, one up Becky Lynch in this feud. So, like I said, initially I was going to go with Becky, Trish, and Lita, but with the dirt sheets I'm hearing, I got to go with Damage Control here. So it's yours, Florio.
I was inclined to do the same thing. I'm in favor of the established faction and Damage Control getting the win over a made woman in Becky Lynch and 2 part-time Hall of Famers. I mean, the argument you could also make is that Damage Control has been booked terribly inconsistently and has generally been on the losing end of their exchanges with the tag champs and Trish Stratus. All of this means that Damage Control will most likely win at WrestleMania. Unless there are concrete long-term plans to make Damage Control a dominant force coming out of WrestleMania, I mean, it's a possibility of what's the point, and might as well put a smile on fans' faces and have the faces go over. But I don't see that happening. I'm going with Damage Control to win. Main reason being, like she did at WrestleMania 20 on Chris Jericho, Trish Stratus will turn on Becky Lynch and cost them the match. Damage Control will win it. And like Bullock said, there are rumors going around that they want to turn Trish heel and start a feud with Becky Lynch, which would culminate in a match between Becky and Trish at SummerSlam in August at Ford Field in Detroit. So for that to happen, Trish has to turn on Becky, and there's no better way to do it than this. And she's done it before, like I said, at WrestleMania 20, when she turned on Chris Jericho and went with Christian. So for me, winners, Damage Control. I agree with Bullock. MF, are you going to make that unanimous, or are you going to lone wolf it here? MF, are you there?
Sorry, I forgot to unmute my mic. Like you guys said, I was about to lone wolf it, but I've been hearing the same rumors as you guys have, and I'm starting to believe that too. So I can't do it. I can't find it in my right mind to do it. So the winners, it's Damage Control. Florio, it's yours.
All right, next up, Seth freaking Rollins squaring off against Logan Paul. Logan Paul has proven that he can be half of a very good match given the right amount of preparation. There's no reason to think that won't be the case again against Rollins, a proven high-level talent. Rollins should get the win here, if for no other reason than it benefits him far more than Logan Paul, who is a special attraction, regardless of wins or losses. Rollins has been on the losing end of the build-up to the match, which also suggests he should get the momentum back by picking up a win here and staying a relevant player at the top end of the card. Oh, and by the way, he's on a 3-year losing streak at WrestleMania. He hasn't won a WrestleMania match since he did damn near the impossible when he slayed the Beast, Brock Lesnar, at WrestleMania 35 when he won the Universal Championship. Last 3 years, lost to Kevin Owens, lost to Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli, and then last year lost to a returning Cody Rhodes. I think he's lost enough Mania bouts. I know 9 times out of 10 the celebrity usually goes over, but I think this is one case where the celebrity can actually afford a loss. So I'm going with Seth freaking Rollins to win this match. Not much more for me to say, Michael. MF, your thoughts?
Just imagine 75,000 fans singing Seth freaking Rollins' song.
It's gonna put us to shame when we did it.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be electric. It's gonna be amazing. And if there's one guy who deserves a WrestleMania moment, it's Seth freaking Rollins. Even though he's had many moments in his career, He's going to be the one that I believe is going to be eventually the next big challenger for whoever the undisputed WWE Universal Champion is. And yeah, I got to say it. At the end of the day, yes, celebrities do normally do really well at WrestleMania. But like you said, Logan Paul lost to Roman Reigns. And it was a hell of a fight. I think Logan actually made a lot of fans believers. Even though he lost, he hung with Roman Reigns. I think it's going to happen again. He'll lose to Seth, but damn it, the hell, he's going to try to steal WrestleMania. And could too. This fight could steal night one of WrestleMania. This could be sleeper fight of the night. And it's going to be a damn good fight. But like you said, it's going to be Seth freaking Rollins once again rising up and winning it. So that's my prediction. Yes, the snicker and laugh like you guys like to do, it's going to be out in full force. Rollins wins. Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, Logan Paul's definitely going to give Rollins some fits. I mean, look, he did it with The Miz, and he especially did it with Roman Reigns. There's no doubt in my mind. I think he's going to really give it all to Seth freaking Rollins, but in the end, I'm with the unanimous here. I got to go with Seth freaking Rollins to win. And everybody will be singing, whoa, whoa. That, when they do it at SoFi, oh my gosh, that's going to be a scene right there. No doubt about it.
It's going to put us to shame when we did it.
Yeah, it's going to put us to shame when we did it in Providence. So,
a few weeks ago,
there's really nothing more to say. Let's move on, Florio.
That end, I mean, we don't know what the best match is going to be, but I think we all know what the best entrance is going to be, or one of the best. Seth freaking Rollins. There's another one who I believe is going to be just as exciting, and we'll get to that, and I'll bring it up when the time's right. But yeah, all right. Next up, the match that has officially been confirmed as the opener, the jump start for WrestleMania Night 1 for the United States Heavyweight Championship. The champion, Austin Theory, defending against the challenger and former 5-time United States Heavyweight Champion in his own right, the GOAT, John Cena. So there's nothing, I don't think there's anything left for me to say on this. MF, classic case of new school versus old school, Theory versus Cena. We've been waiting for this match for some time. It's been rumored for a long time. And at WrestleMania, we're finally getting it. Of course, we all know how this came about. It was that Monday Night Raw in Boston where John Cena absolutely lit up Austin Theory on the mic and ended up with what was the segment of the night on that show. So not much more to say. MF, come on in, front and center. Theory versus Cena. United States Heavyweight Championship on the line in the jump off, the opening match of WrestleMania Night 1, Saturday night. MF, who you got? But we are waiting. Okay. All right. Yep.
Sorry.
All right.
I was gonna say, all right. Going into this, I was thinking a number of factors, a number of ways. To be very honest with you, to be very truthful with you, there's only one outcome that probably is the most logical ending to this. That is that Austin Theory finishes the job and becomes the next big thing in WWE. The one thing that we've always heard about is that he's going to be the monster heel, that he was going to be the big star, the big name, and that, yes, WWE has thought of him being the next big thing and everything else, and the whole 9 yards. At the end of the day, let me be very honest. John Cena has been one of the greatest wrestlers of our time. He's a future Hall of Famer. Should have been by now. And every time he has wrestled at WrestleMania, he's been none other than Big Match John. He's risen to those occasions. Every time he's wrestled at WrestleMania, it's always been a moment. It's always been a battle. It's always been whatever, you know. But he has lost. He lost to The Rock. He lost to The Undertaker. So, and his entire career has been unbelievable. Almost next to perfection. The only thing he hasn't lost in his career has been so many other things. But I will say this. At the end of the day, there's only been one thing and one thing only. When it's all said and done, I believe that Austin Theory is going to cement his legacy and beat John Cena. Many people's been thinking this. Many people believe that it will be Theory over Cena. If it is, great. Congratulations, Theory. Biggest moment of your career and the biggest stepping stone to your career because it will solidify you. If Cena wins, no big surprise. It's John Cena, man. And you know, with everything that's riding on it. But honestly and truthfully, I believe it will be Austin Theory. That's my prediction. That's who I believe. Theory wins. Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, I'm with Fletch on this one. I mean, there's there's only one way I think this goes. Austin Theory wins. I mean, he's been built as this next man to rise up and to be the next big star, and I think the only way for him to solidify himself is that he needs to beat John Cena. I mean, will John Cena win this? I wouldn't be surprised, but I have to go with Austin Theory. So, Florio, are we going to make it unanimous?
Yes. Yes, we are. The build to this match has been so poor that some people are actually hesitant to go with Austin Theory, but I'm not sure where you go with John Cena as champion, considering his hefty Hollywood schedule. This no longer feels like a passing of the torch moment. So a cheap finish in Theory's favor feels like the safest way out. Cena himself has also expressed regret over derailing the Nexus. The Nexus's white-hot run in 2010. This is a vastly different situation. But I have a hunch that Cena would feel better elevating superstars at this stage in his career. Look for Theory to win via shenanigans. So winner and still the United States Heavyweight Champion, it is Austin Theory. 2 matches left on the night 1 card, and these 2 matches, one of these next 2 matches, without question, is going to be the main event of night 1. But I'm going with the order I have it on my list here from bottom to top. And it's the battle for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The champion, the Queen, Charlotte Flair, defending the title against the winner of the 2023 Women's Royal Rumble match, Mommy herself, Rhea Ripley of the Judgment Day. I believe Michael Bullock leads off on this one. So, Michael Bullock, front and center for the SmackDown Women's Championship matchup. Does the Queen retain, or does Rhea add to her momentum from the Rumble and then some?
Well, the thing is, 3 years ago, when WrestleMania was held in the Performance Center, we were all not happy about when Charlotte Flair won the NXT Women's title from from Rhea Ripley because we thought Rhea was going to be the one to go over here. So, and Rhea's had that on her mind for 3 long years. And I think it's high time that she gets her closure, she gets her payback. So to me, winner and new SmackDown Women's Champion, Mommy Rhea Ripley. It is yours, Florio.
Rhea Ripley earned the title shot by winning the Women's Royal Rumble from the #1 position, oh, by the way, as was the expectation heading into that event. Challenging Charlotte makes sense given the history between the two, but it is an odd move as Judgment Day has been a Raw staple since the group's inception last year. The women haven't gotten much of a bill heading into WrestleMania, but the match should deliver solid action. The right move here is to put the belt on Ripley and let her have another go at a run with a major championship. So I'm with Bullock on this one. Winner and the new SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. MF, if that happens, whoa, business is going to damn sure pick up in the SmackDown Women's division. And I know you wouldn't have that any other way. So MF, I'm sure you're going to make it unanimous, but your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said, and I do believe that it will be Rhea Ripley. She just is that good of a competitor. She's risen up so many times. I just don't see any other way that this goes. So yeah, I'm in total agreement. Winner and new SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. She wins it all. So Florio is yours.
And now the match that maybe could be the main event. It may be, it may not be, but in the eyes of a lot of people, especially here on social media, they believe this should be the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania. It is the highly emotional battle for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. The champions, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, defending against the reunited Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. WWE should be looking to take all titles off the bloodline at WrestleMania. It makes for the best story and rewards the babyfaces who have gotten incredibly, ridiculously over with fans in recent months. That means putting Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn over on Saturday night. Sami has been red hot thanks to the thriving story of his involvement with an eventual break from the bloodline. WWE could not pull the trigger on putting the undisputed WWE Universal Championship on Sami at Elimination Chamber in his hometown of Montreal, but they can reward his work by putting the tag titles on him and his best friend. Hopefully, this match is the start of WWE moving to the post-championship stage of the Bloodline story. Winners and new WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. MF, your thoughts?
Agreed. Owens and Zayn is going to win the belts. I think we all kind of have a feeling that that's going to happen. So, yeah, really nothing more to say. Bullock is yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it unanimous. I'm going with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to dethrone the Usos and become the new undisputed WWE Tag Team Champion. So there's really nothing more to add on to it. So now let's get on to WrestleMania Sunday.
Yes, sir. Night 2 of WrestleMania, of course, will be this Sunday night. Also from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Streaming exclusively on Peacock here in the United States. And of course, we're outside of it. And how does he say it, of course? The WWE Network elsewhere around the world. And of course, traditional pay-per-view. So with that, we only have 6 matches on 6 matches on this card. So I'm just trying to figure out the proper order to go here. So you know what? I'm just going to do it this way. I'm just going to rank it from least appealing to, of course, the main event. Well, the main event's last, but
yeah.
So with that, let's start it off with you know what? We started it with the men's WrestleMania showcase. Let's start night 2 off with the women's WrestleMania showcase. This time around, 3 teams from SmackDown, only 1 from Raw. We got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez squaring off against Natalya and Shotzi, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, and Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. So we're gonna should we reset or should we keep the order going?
I say reset.
All right. Yeah, let's reset.
Okay, I'll start it off. All right, so let's get into this women's WrestleMania showcase here. I do have it. I have it in my notes here. I'm just trying to find which one I have. All right. If I'm going to be honest with you, I think this is going to be the second worst fight of the night. If I'm going to be honest with you, based on the talent and body of work. But I'm going to go. I think this is an easy call here. I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler to win this match. They are the odds-on favorites, and I think they could be grooming them for a possible tag team title matchup, possibly with Becky and Lita. Could you imagine that? Ooh, what a matchup that would be. So this is an easy one. Ronda and Shayna win this one. So MF, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm in an agreement there. I'm gonna go. I actually believe the same way too. I got Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler going in. If it wasn't for them two being in it, I would have gone with Raquel Rodriguez and Liv to win it. But I just don't see it. I think it's gonna be Ronda and Shayna now. So Ronda and Shayna wins it, and yeah. Bullock is yours.
Yeah, I'm going with Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler to win this as well. So yeah, let's move on, Florio.
All right. Next up here, the matchup between Brock Lesnar and Omos. MF, obviously this is going to be the worst fight of the night, but who you got anyway?
I'm gonna go with Brock. I just don't see how this plays out. I kind of feel like it's gonna be him to win it. I just don't see anybody else rising to that occasion there. So yeah, just give me Brock to win it, and there's really nothing more to say. Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar as well. So it's yours, Florio.
Yeah, make it unanimous. The only, and I'm going to take it a step further. Bullock and I, we always go off our quote unquote bold prediction. Actually, there was something I should have said about the women's showcase. I mean, similarly, that program hasn't given us a lot to go off of, but the smart money is always on Ronda and Becky. And, Becky, teased the idea of defending the tag belts. So a scenario where Ronda and Shayna would win the 4-way, then challenge Becky and Lita. But another face-off between Rousey and Becky has been a long time coming. So Ronda and Shayna win that. So as far as this is concerned, this one should be a fun spectacle. Brock Lesnar wrestling someone bigger than him will be a nice change from what we're used to seeing with the Beast. It'll also be an impressive sight if he's able to lift the 7'3", 400-pound giant on his shoulders. The ultimate outcome, though, is inevitable. So I got Brock Lesnar winning this match as well. And the bold prediction, he's going to not only German suplex Omos, he's going to F5 him as well. So there you go. All right. Next up on the intrigue factor, the battle for the Raw Women's Championship. The champion, Bianca Belair, defending the title against the new Asuka. Michael Bullock, who you got? Let's keep in mind, Bianca, this will put Bianca at 1 year as the Raw Women's Champion. So let's keep that in mind. Does her year-long run continue, Bullock, or is it time for the new Asuka to become the new champ?
Well, they've been building this new Asuka as more dangerous and more than ever before. I mean, Bianca's about to face her toughest reign as champion. She's had a year-long reign, and I think this is where it ends. So to me, winner and new Raw Women's Champion, the new look Asuka. It's yours, Florio.
Yeah, I'm going with Asuka as well. Kana, MF knows about this way more than Bullock and I do. Thing is, as disappointing as the build may have been for this, I'm still looking forward to the match itself because these two always bring it. On paper, Bianca is the favorite because of this great run she's had, for the last year. And there may not be a reason to take the title off her at this point, especially when it's unclear what this new version of Asuka is about. But nonetheless, I'm still going with Asuka. With the way they've been building her, I mean, if they put Bianca over, I mean, then what for this new Asuka? I don't know. So, winner and new Raw Women's Champion, it's the new Asuka. MF, unanimous?
It's unanimous. It's Asuka. I really got nothing more to say. So, guys, let's move on.
For only, I believe, the fourth time in WrestleMania history, we're going to have a match inside Hell in a Cell. The Rated R superstar and WWE Hall of Famer Edge squaring off against the leader of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor. I got to go with Finn. It's difficult. Yes, this is another difficult match to call. Edge needs a big win in order to build toward one final run at the world title, but to tease him an appearance from the Demon, you can't go with has people hesitant to go with the Rated R superstar to win this match. If Triple H has creatively made a decision for Balor to start bringing the Demon character back at times, I doubt it's to lose. He was a big proponent of Balor's Demon in NXT and understands the importance of making that version of Finn nearly unbeatable. So it's going to be Finn as the Demon. So Finn Balor wins Hell in a Cell, joining the likes of The Undertaker, defeating the Big Boss Man at 15, and then doing so a second time against Triple H, 28, the end of an era, and then 32 against Shane O'Mac. So I'm going with Finn, especially with that Demon. He hardly ever loses. I think he's only lost like once, and that was to Roman at Extreme Rules 2021. But I think every other time the Demon's been in action, he's always won. You can't go against it. Finn Balor, the Demon, wins Hell in a Cell. MF, what says you?
Oh boy, I'm torn here. This is one of those where it could go a number of ways, but yeah, I kind of feel I want to say that Edge is gonna win, but I don't think he's gonna. I'm sorry. I'm with you guys. I gotta go. Well, I'm with you, Florio. I gotta go. I gotta go with Balor to win it. So nothing more to say. Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, I'm going to make it unanimous, guys. I got to go with Finn Balor because, I mean, look, when he's the Demon, he rarely loses. And here's another thing, guys. Finn Balor, of course, him and Rhea, of course, lost to Beth Phoenix and Edge at Elimination Chamber. I think Finn Balor's due for a win here. So the Demon Finn Balor will win this Hell in a Cell. And of course, guys, they're bringing back the original Hell in a Cell, not the red one that they had when they
the silver
Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So nothing more to say. It's yours, Florio.
Yes, that was a photo that broke today. The silver Hell in a Cell was hanging, so it's obvious they're using the silver Hell in a Cell for this matchup. Give it that old school feel. I mean, the red one was pretty cool, but this silver one, I mean, that's the original, and we can't wait to see it. It's going to bring back a lot of memories from Hell in a Cell matches of yesteryear. All right, next up, the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. The champion, Gunther, defending the title against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. And I believe, MF, I believe this goes to you. Is that right?
It does.
Only fitting. Oh, MF, what a match this is going to be. Be a man fight times 3.
Be a Man fight times 3. It's without a doubt going to be one of the greatest, probably one of the greatest Intercontinental Championship fights we're going to have at a WrestleMania. There's been some many great moments at Mania with the Intercontinental title. This is going to cement its legacy yet again. It's tough because in one sense, I think Gunther's going to win. In another sense, I think Sheamus is going to win it because there's one belt that's eluded Sheamus his entire career, and that's it. The Intercontinental title. He's never won that belt, ever. I don't know. This is going to be such a tough decision. But at the end of the day, I kind of feel like it can go a number of ways. And for me, I think I gotta go. I think I'm gonna go with Gunther. I think he's gonna win the title. I think he's gonna keep the belt. I think he's gonna rise and win this one. Like I said, this is not an easy call. So winner and still Intercontinental Champion Gunther. Bullock, it's yours.
Man, this is tough. I mean, this is gonna be it's gonna be a banger. And I mean, when you think of great Intercontinental Championship matches, you only have to think of Macho Man Randy Savage and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat from WrestleMania 3. And this could challenge it, but we'll wait and see how it goes. But when you got 3 guys like Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Gunther, it's going to be an ultimate chop fest. I'll say that right now. Now, who I think is going to win? Oh, it's tough to decide here. I mean, it could go either way, but part of me, I got to go with Sheamus here because I want to, I mean, what is the one title, guys, that Sheamus hasn't held yet?
The Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship.
And I think it's high time for him to get that title. And what better way to do it than on the grandest stage in them all, WrestleMania? So, but if either Gunther or Drew McIntyre win, I would not be surprised. But I gotta go with Sheamus because I want to see him pull off the feat. I want to see him finally win that Intercontinental title,
yes,
as Florio has mentioned so many times. So, nothing more to say. It's yours, Florio. This is not an easy choice.
No, it's not. It's not. It absolutely is not. But Sheamus has been the WWE champion. He's been the World Heavyweight champion. He's been the United States Heavyweight champion. He's been a multi-time co-holder of both the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championships. He was also the King of the Ring in 2010, won the 2012 Royal Rumble match, and in 2015, he also became Mr. Money in the Bank and successfully cashed it in. Sheamus has done it all. There's only one thing he needs to do before we give him the keys to the Hall of Fame, and that is for him to win the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. These 3 are sure to put on the most hard-hitting match of the entire weekend. And with the triple threat element in play, I think it could allow Gunther's nearly 300-day run to end without the Ring General taking the pinfall. That would free him up to move into the world title scene without having been pinned and also make for a big moment when one of his challengers wins. And nobody deserves it more than Sheamus, with all due respect. I mean, I love Drew. I love Gunther. I love their body of work. Gunther's been a great champion. He's elevated that title from joke back to prestige. And there's no reason to think that Sheamus won't do that either. So I agree with Michael Bullock. Winner and the new Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. Give him the one title he's never won. Complete the I've done everything. I've won every title.
And give him the keys to the Hall of Fame.
And then give him the keys to the Hall of Fame. Absolutely right, Bullock. So Sheamus wins. And this title match, we've said it before, we'll say it one more time. It's gonna rank right up there. I mean, right now, you got Savage and Steamboat from 3. You got Piper and Brett from 8. You've got the Razor Shawn ladder match from 10. You got those other intercontinental matches, those other intercontinental ladder matches, the one that Bryan won at 31, the one that Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona won at 32, which shocked the hell out of all of us. And the triple threat with Rollins, Balor, and Miz at 34. Those were all of those were the best intercontinental matches in the history of WrestleMania. But this one, if all goes well and given the time it deserves, could end up being the greatest. But Sheamus wins, and I'll even take it a step further. I think Sheamus is going to pin Drew McIntyre. So protect Gunther. You can move him up to the big belt, and that's it. So winner and new Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, it is Sheamus. And gentlemen, it's main event time. The main event of WrestleMania 39. For the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, the champion, the tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, defends against the winner of the men's Royal Rumble match, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I believe Michael Bullock gets the honor. So, Michael Bullock, does the tribal chief's epic reign continues, or will Cody Rhodes finish the story?
What can you say? I mean, with Roman's unprecedented run, it's been unreal. I mean, he's basically gone through everyone. And Cody Rhodes, I mean, it was 1 year ago when he made his return to WWE, and he came back for one reason and one reason only: to do something that his father never did, and that's win a world title. I mean, the story has been so well built, and I just can't wait to see this happen. And I'm going to say it right now, I think Cody Rhodes finishes that story. I think he ends the reign of the tribal chief. So to me, winner and new WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. He finishes the story. He gets his moment. And I'll even make a bold statement here, Florio, and I'm going to say it right here, right now. If Roman Reigns if he somehow defeats the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and retains it, then I'll go on the record of saying this. You can raise your eyebrows at me and of what I'm about to say, but I don't give a damn. If Roman Reigns successfully defends, he, to me, is the greatest WWE superstar of all time. That's my bold statement. I'm sticking with it. If he somehow does it, but it's not going to happen. Cody wins, becomes the new champion. Florio, like I said, if somehow Roman Reigns pulls this off, I'm going on the record and saying he's the greatest WWE superstar of all time. I don't care what anybody says.
Fair enough. But here's the thing. There have been rumors going around, some dirt sheets have been going around reporting that Roman could be taking some significant time off. And if that's the case, you got to take the belts off.
I've heard that too. I've heard that too.
And we'll see what MF has to say when we get to him. I'm sure he's probably heard it too. But nonetheless, this is the most excited I've been for a WrestleMania main event in a very long time. Probably not since the thought of Bryan going up against Randy Orton and Batista at 30. It's been a very long time since I've been this excited about a WrestleMania main event. And one quick correction, Bullock. Dusty Rhodes, Bullock left, but I was going to say a correction for Bullock. Dusty Rhodes did win a world title. It was the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in the NWA. What Cody is trying to do that his father never did was Dusty never won the WWE Championship. But anyways, for nearly 2 years, it felt like there was no superstar in WWE who could believably defeat Roman Reigns. He was just too damn good on every level. Then Cody Rhodes returned last year at WrestleMania, and everything changed. This wasn't the same Cody Rhodes that had grown up in front of WWE audiences and left to make something more of himself. This is the American Nightmare, a man on a mission to finally claim the WWE Championship for his family legacy. Even a major injury setback couldn't derail the momentum he had, as his Royal Rumble return was just as electric as his return at WrestleMania 38. Fans are ready to see what Cody can bring as champion. He's got all the momentum and is ready to prove his worth at the top. It's time to capitalize on this and let Cody finish his story on the grandest stage of them all. Roman, on the other hand, has held the company on his back for what will be, come Sunday, 945 days, and deserves, more than deserves, some time off. His legacy has been sealed. Let him rest up his body and come back in a few months, maybe to challenge Cody for a rematch at another big show, maybe the SummerSlam at Ford Field in Detroit, maybe. But regardless, the winner and new WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And it's only fitting that the voice of WrestleMania takes this home. So take us home, MF. MF, are you there?
Sorry, I forgot to unmute the mic.
That's okay. Take us home.
I was going in the same way, thinking, man, this is gonna be incredible, everything else. But I'm feeling the same way like you are. Winner and new, undisputed WWE Universal Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I agree as well. So nothing more to say. Flayo, it's all yours.
All right. So with that will put the bow on this very special edition of Talking Wrestling TXN. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning in, as always. No show tomorrow night because myself, MF, and Bullock will be. We're gonna take the time to enjoy the WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony that's going down tomorrow night, following WrestleMania SmackDown. MF, any word on when we're gonna do the recaps, or not really yet?
I'm really torn. If the shows end early, maybe we can do it after WrestleMania, but it all depends on how the events end. If they end early enough, maybe we can do it the night at that night.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll definitely keep an eye on it, but rest assured there will be recap shows. There will be a recap show for WrestleMania. We just don't know when we're going to do it yet. So we'll let you know as soon as we come up with a game plan. But of course, we got Ridiculously Raw Monday night. That we do know. Of course, Wednesday Night Madness. Of course, the Raw fallout from WrestleMania. And I will recap the Impact Wrestling Multiverse United that's going on at this hour right now. Get into that. And then Wednesday we got Wednesday Night Madness with MF. We got NXT and AEW Dynamite. And then next Thursday night we'll be back with TXN Sports World at our traditional time. We will recap the national championship game and preview the next week of the XFL. That's all that's on the docket for right now. If anything else comes up, we'll add it. But those are the only key points for that docket next week. And then, of course, the Cerebral Smack Talk after that. So we don't know when we'll see you next. It could be Monday. It might be Saturday. It could even be Saturday or Sunday. We don't know. But until next time, whether it's for our WrestleMania recaps or Ridiculously Raw, it's Anthony Florio here for good old MF Michael Fletcher. And in spirit, the phenom Michael Bullock, and of course, always and forever, the first lady of this show, Dee Dee Whitson. You know the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah, throw it up Fortune 4 style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed WrestleMania weekend. Enjoy the madness. And until the next time we see you, you've been watching this very special edition of Talking Wrestling TXN, our preview of NXT Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania 39, right here on the Tone 25 on YouTube and Streaming.com. And remember, my friends, no matter what anyone tells you beyond anything else, wrestling is indeed actually real. For everybody who's been a part of this one, for now, Anthony Florio, so long, and bye, everybody, bye.